I served as an educator for 26 years, 22 of those years as a building leader. Looking back, there were days, I can honestly tell you, I was lost. I was confused, I was frustrated, and quite frankly, some days I felt like a failure. I spent most of my time helping students and supporting staff, and then eventually I realized, well, who's coaching me? Our coaching model includes both on-site and virtual coaching. When we have the opportunity to be in buildings walking alongside the principal, it gives us the opportunity to help principals see the culture not only through their eyes, but to see the culture through the eyes of the students and the staff. We call that the undercurrents.
My name is Maria Ramadan, and I'm very proud to be the principal of Grand Park Middle School in Prince William County. I have been working with Jimmy Casas and his team since the beginning of the school year. He has provided strategies and resources. He doesn't necessarily give us the answer, but his focus is on helping influence our behavior as instructional leaders.
My name is Kevin Newman. I'm superintendent of Manassas City Public Schools, and this is my second year in this position. Well, when I talk to the principals, they just talk about how available Jimmy and his team are throughout the process. So if they have an issue, I mean, they can call, email. I had a question for Jimmy. I called him, and he was waiting to board a plane, but he took my phone call. The way he handles his business is very professional. It's first class all the way, and it's regardless if you're meeting with Jimmy or anyone on his team.
About 18 months ago, we started working with Jimmy and his group of coaches who come in and work with our principals. But I think what happened over a period of time is as our coaches that were provided really got to know their principals, they started to identify their own problems of practice and really create work around that to provide that support necessary for that principal. And so, understanding that the coaching is an opportunity to grow and it's not evaluative, it's not something that someone's going to turn back and say you weren't doing this. It was more of an opportunity for each of them to grow and to become better in their work that they do each and every day.
It's really important to incorporate coaching whenever we're working with adult learners. So I think it's that collaboration time. Oftentimes in education, we don't have time to talk to each other and collaborate. And I think that's one thing that Jimmy and his team have fostered. But what I also would tell is the associates that are working with their schools, they are as effective and powerful as having Jimmy in the building themselves.
Hi, my name is Katie Keegan. I'm Supervisor of Professional Learning with Manassas City Public Schools. This is my 4th year in this position, and I've had this relationship with Jimmy Casas for a good chunk of my role here. I knew right away that his energy and passion for what he was talking about was going to be the right fit for our school division. So I reached out to him and had several conversations with him leading up to us making the ultimate decision to bring him in to deliver a keynote for our staff. I think you can spend a lot of time looking for the right person, and Jimmy was kind of that person that enabled us to meet those right people so that we could continue moving at a quick speed and work towards our goals. Our relationship with Jimmy didn't end after that keynote. We continued to have him back and reach out to him for other ways that he could support us. It quickly felt like he became a part of our Manassas City family, and he really wanted us to be successful. And so as we identified goals and focus areas, he continued to support us, provide us with advice, whether it was through Voxer or text message or just hopping on a Zoom to brainstorm with us. He was able to not only guide us in providing us with resources, but also connecting us with associates who had expertise in those areas. So I think he's been that connecting piece for us that has enabled us to really reach our goals a lot quicker.
So my name is Mike Flugrath. I'm principal at Osborne High School. This is my first year as a principal. I've been in education for 24 years. One of the things that's been great is having someone you can talk to that's not part of your evaluative chain. I know being a principal in a school district that's a little bit smaller, there's only 9 schools here, I'm the only high school principal. You don't have as many other colleagues to go to that are in the same situation. So you have a coach who's been a principal before, been successful at it, but also can share those best practices that he sees throughout the nation, really. Is a pretty cool resource to have at your fingertips.
We are very blessed to have Jimmy in our family, and I think any division that has issues with coaching or want to improve that process for hiring the principal, will need to get in touch with Jimmy Casas and his team.
I've never met a principal who didn't want to be great, but I met a lot of principals who lost their way. That's why I feel strongly that every school leader needs a leadership coach to inspire them to live their excellence so they can bring their best selves to school every day.